Hi, I'm Jim Monk and welcome to answers pertaining to life insurance no medical exam. I'm really excited about sharing this information with you, and we'll get into it in just a couple of minutes here. So you might be asking yourself, what are you going to discover in this little video we put together? One is, what is life insurance no medical or non-medical exam? Two is, what are some of the pros and cons of that type of policy? And three, what can you expect when applying to get this coverage? And lastly, some of my thoughts on, final thoughts on this stuff. So you might be asking yourself, who am I? Well, again, Jim Monk. I've been in the business for 10 years. I've had the ability and opportunity to serve and work with over, several thousand families. I'm constantly being asked these questions, so we felt we should share these with you. I've also had the experience of working with one of the largest insurance companies in the United States. I've had the great fortune of working with Tritus Insurance Company, which is an internet marketing company or insurance marketing company as well, and which works in 42 states and has worked with thousands of families. And again, reality of it is that we've had the ability to work with thousands of families and get asked a lot of questions in this area. So we want to share that information with you. So with that, you might be asking yourself, what is life insurance no exam or no medical exam? So some of the carriers require what they call a medical exam on all their policies, while other carriers require less information. Some of these carriers might require that you have a medical exam when it's a very substantial face amount. So let's get into some of the details here of what you may be thinking about considering. You might be asking yourself, what are the differences? Well, that's a really good question. So like many companies today, each has their market focus. Some focus on traditional insurance while others focus on a new way of selling insurance through the internet. One note that I want to make is that just because you're getting a non-medical exam or no medical exam life insurance policy does not mean that you are not still subject to underwriting, that you still are not going to be scrutinized with certain medical questions. A lot of them ask medical questions. What they'll look at is your prescription drugs that you're taking, your driving record, your credit score. So just because it's a non-medical or no medical exam policy does not mean that they're not going to dive into your history or past to get a workup of who you are, a picture of who you are. Again, these carriers are basically just trying to get that picture. So what are some of the pros and cons of these types of policies? It's probably the biggest question I get. The pros are sometimes obvious, not always, but sometimes. In this case, it's easy, it's simple, and it's fast. That's the really neat part about this. Two, for many people going to an exam like myself, I'm challenged a lot with needles. If I have to do blood work and so forth, I have a really tough time with that, guys. So, I can understand that one. So that's some of the pros to it. Some of the cons, some of the negative things about this is you may pay more per dollar for the coverage than going to a traditionally fully underwritten insurance policy, meaning if they did the blood work, they did the medical exam on you, that it would be cheaper or more economical for you. So you might want to know what that what that equates out to. If you can muster up the courage to go do the blood work, then it might be more economical for you. Again, there's some simple trade-offs to this. Another one is that you may not be able to get the coverage amount that you're looking for. As far as I know, most carriers out there will not go over $500,000 without doing an exam. If there's some out there that may have changed, but most do not. It may not be as flexible of a policy as you want, or it may not have all the coverage that you're looking for. And what I mean by that is all the riders that you're looking for, all the uniquenesses that come along with those policies. So you really need to be able to investigate that. So what you can expect when you're going through this process of applying is It varies from company to company, but most of them do it on an online basis in a secure site. Make sure that you verify the legitimacy of the company. You're going to be putting a lot of personal information in there. Make sure that you're on a secure site and that you feel comfortable with giving this information out. My final thoughts are that these policies are really, they can be a very good asset to you and your family as long as you do the research. Find out what they will cover, what they won't cover, what that sales process is going to be like. You can ask them, what is this going to be like for me, and know what that experience is going to be. Again, it should be a great experience, and it should be one that's seamless. And so for me, I think it's all pros as it relates to these products, but again, that's just me. So with that, I hope you find this to be a really informative, very insightful little video we put together. If you're looking for a competitive, non-bias free quote in the life insurance area, check out our site, chartisinsurance.com. Again, thanks a lot for taking the time to listen to this and this information. I hope it's been helpful. Take care.